everyone, this is Jenny's Fashion Channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designing skill. And today, I'm going to teach you how to cut a stylish princess dart with a stylish hem. So if it is what you are all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then I will get my neck curve, and I'm using 4 inches for my neck width and 2.75 inches for my neck depth. I will mark and connect ladders. Then I will take my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it. And I will come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I will mark it and connect it to the neck width ladders. Then the next thing is to get my armhole line. And for me to get my armhole line, I will take my bust measurement, divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I will mark it and I will connect like those. Then I will draw a line from those points like this as my chest line. Then I will add half an inch joining allowance on the shoulder line. I will mark and connect like those. Then the next thing is to get my armhole curve. So I'm going to get the midpoint of my armhole line. I will mark it. And I will go in from that point by half an inch. I will mark it. Then I will take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it on the chest line. And I will connect ladders to get a perfect armhole curve. Then I will come down by 10 inches for my bust line. I will mark it and draw the line. Then the next thing is to get my underbust dart. And for me to get my underbust dart, I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches from my bust line. But if you're of a bigger size, you come down by 4 inches. If you're of a smaller size, you come down by 3 inches. I will mark it and draw the line. Then I will come down by 16.5 inches for my waistline and come down by 24 inches for my full top length. Though this my pattern paper is not up to 24 inches length, but just know that you are supposed to come down by 24 inches length. I will mark and draw the line. And I will leave 1 inch hemming allowance here. Then I will take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2 plus half an inch for joining allowance. I will mark it. Then on the underbust line, I'm going to minus half an inch from what I got on the bust line. I got 4 inches there. That's my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2 is 3.5 inches plus half an inch. It will give me 4. So I'm going to minus half an inch from that 4. It will give me 3.5 inches. I will mark it on the underbust line. Then I will connect the bust point to the underbust point like those. Then I will connect the underbust point straight down to the hemming allowance line like those. Then the next thing is to get the underbust dart. So I'm going to go out by 2 inches, okay? But if your bust size is from 45 inches up, you go out by 2.5 inches. If it is from 36 inches down, you go out by 1.5 inches. I will mark it. Then I will come down from the bust point by 1 inch. This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I will mark and connect to the underbust dart ladders. And I will connect the underbust dart straight down to the hemming allowance line ladders. Then the next thing is to get where the princess dart will fall. So I'm going to measure this my armhole curve, and I have about 9 inches there. So I'm going to get the midpoint of 9 inches. It will give me 4.5 inches. I will mark it and I will connect it to the bust point like those. From this point, I will go up by half an inch and go down by half an inch to form a dart. Then I will connect them to the bust point like those. Then I will measure this my dart intake here, and I have 1 inch there. So I'm going to extend this very line with 1 inch, and on the chest line I'm going to add 1 inch there to form a new armhole, because if you don't do this and cut, the armhole curves will not align. Then I will take my horizontal measurement. On the chest line, I will add 2 inches there. On the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4 plus 2 inches for seam allowance. I will mark it. On the under bust line, I'm going to take my under bust measurement divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it. On the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. I'm going to replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it. On the full top line, I'm going to take my hip measurement divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on my hemming allowance line like those. On the full top measurement point, I'm going to go in by 4 inches from that point. You can go in by 5 inches, okay? I will mark it. Then I will connect this my waist point to it like this to get that curve you can see on the drawings. Then you make this part a bit curvy. Sorry, I didn't realize that my camera did not capture this part well. But the part you are going to make a bit curvy is from that your full top length point, that's your measurement point, to that 4 inches that I went in with. Then I will connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. Then I will go ahead and create the design you can see on the dress. There's no big deal there. It's all about creativity. So guys, this is it for drafting. Before we cut, you are going to close up your dart like this, okay? Because if you don't close it up and cut, the lines will not align. So guys, follow me closely. Let's cut. So guys, this is it. You can see how perfect it came out. We now move over to the back panel. The first thing is to draw a line as your baseline. Then I will take 1 inch out like this for my zipper allowance. You can take 1.5 inches. It is not cast on stone. I will mark and draw the line like those. Then the next thing is to get my neck curve. I'm using 4 inches for my neck width and 1.5 inches for my neck depth. I will mark and connect like those. Then I will take my shoulder measurement divide by 2. I will mark it. And I will come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I will mark it and connect it to the neck width like those. Then I will come down by 8.1 inches for my armhole line. I will connect like this and draw a line from this point as my chest line. Then I will add half an inch joining allowance on the shoulder line. I will mark and connect like those. Then the next thing is to get my armhole curve. So I'm going to get the midpoint of the armhole line. I will mark it. And on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. I will mark it. And I will connect the 2 points like this to get a perfect armhole curve for the back part. Then I will come down by 10 inches for my bust line and come down by 16.5 inches for my waistline. I will add half an inch for joining allowance. The back part stopped at the waistline. Then I will draw the lines. Then I will take my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2. I will mark it on the bust line and I will connect it straight down to the joining allowance line like this. Then I will go in from this point by half an inch and go out by half an inch to form a dart. Then I'm going to extend this my bust point by 1 inch and I will connect to the 2 points like so. Then I will take my horizontal measurement. On the chest line, I will add 2 inches for joining allowance. On the bust line, I will take my bust measurement divide by 4 plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it. on the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement, divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on the joining allowance line like this, and I will connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. Then on the waistline, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. This is to remove any form of bulginess on the waist area. I will mark and connect like those. Then I will take my zipper allowance. On the waistline, I will start taking my zipper allowance from the 1/2 inch I went in with, and I will carry on like so. Then I will connect my markings. So guys, this is it for the back panel. I'll now go ahead and cut. So guys, this is it, and this is all I have for you for today. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. See you in my next video. Bye.